4 years ago, Attack on Titan was going strong. Chapter 133 had just dropped. The sense of community was as strong as ever. Theories, memes, and questionable fan art galore. Life was good. The autumn sun was shining on us, excited for season 4 of the anime to drop in December. There had been a change in the studio adapting the story after the end of season 3. Rumors of CGI Titan shifters instead of the traditionally 2D ones we have come to love from Studio Wit were a bit concerning. The new studio was the same one that made this masterpiece though, so it was definitely in good hands. It was about this time that I made my first animations for Attack on Titan. Before that, it was a bit of a dark history I'd rather not remember. December came, and with it, the anime dropped its 4th season, the first season to be produced by Studio Mappa. And the quality of this thing was
sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit.
We'll talk more about the studio change in a bit. All was fun and games until the final 3 chapters of the manga. Leaks started to drip and we had a collective meltdown on the internet. It was the Chernobyl that spelled the end of this community. Like an atom wonder in the quantum realm, this fandom was split into 2 angry, bitter, and highly toxic parts. 3 if you count these rosy comrades. Civilized argument about the quality of the ending quickly escalated into outright hostility. The ending had ushered in a great civil war. People called their banners and went to war for public opinion of the ending. The rules of engagement were simple. Everyone on the other side is a complete moron. You make an argument about how the ending is so deep that the common peasant wouldn't understand it, or about how much the ending wrecked the entire story into a meaningless jumble of nonsense. Passive-aggressive was the most effective weapon of choice. The longer and less intelligible your argument is, the better the chance someone will think you're a genius. Unwitting folks were dragged into this, and all collateral was fair game. By now you must know which camp I belong to, and I wouldn't let it be said that I did not answer the call. I am an unapologetical ending hater, and will remain so till the end of my days. The bombs that the author dropped on us engulfed all in fire, and left nothing but the ashes of a once thriving community. Good times. Fast forward 3 years and the anime final episode dropped. Some tweaks and changes to that shower of shit promoted things into a trickle of shit. Debates were revived once again and the old wounds bled afresh for a while. But then the inevitable happened. People moved on. The constant visitor became a frequent one, and then a sporadic one, and then once in a while, and then finally it was over. As is the merciless rule of this strange universe, all good things come to an end. It's time to move on. Despite how bleak a picture I may have painted of the dying embers of this series, the sweet memories we had together during the story's run will never fade away. Attack on Titan is a story like no other in its medium. In a landscape of writers playing it safe and producing the most mediocre shit you will ever see, no words can do justice to how much I appreciate Isayama's bold and relevant story about humanity's darkness and hatred. Well, mostly. One can never forget the first time the Colossal reared its head over the walls, or the mystery of the armored titan which captured our curiosity for years, or how Studio Wit produced some of the best animations known to man. These amazing people produced a modern all-time classic with their absolutely magnificent work adapting this story. They are one massive reason for how big of a deal this series is. I'll never forget the bitter sweetness of learning that they would not be adapting season 4 of the story. Speaking of which, I have one final rant that I have to get out there before we lay this series to rest. Part of the reason Attack on Titan became such a huge phenomenon, aside from the amazing story, is the passion that Studio Wit put into making the anime. Tokyo Ghoul is one example of a great story that got butchered by the anime studio, and consequently it never reached Attack on Titan's colossal status worldwide, even though it had the potential to. I don't know what the f that was. You can feel that the people at Studio Wit loved what they were doing. We saw some of the best animations, direction, and music in any medium. But then, for some reason, some assholes up top decided that Attack on Titan should finish being adapted as soon as possible. And with new impossible deadlines, the studio had to be changed from season 4 onwards for a bigger studio with more personnel. Studio Mappa is chosen for that honor. Now, this studio is known to produce a lot of prime stuff, but you have to be blind if you don't see the massive drop in quality after they took over adapting the manga. People were so jazzed after watching the trailer, which promised so much for the animations of season 4. The first 2 episodes are a testament to how great Mappa could have adapted the anime. The new CGI shifters would take some time to adapt to, but they looked great and polished in the first episode. Episode 2 had some of the most fluid 2D animations I have ever seen. You can tell that the staff were putting their hearts into it. There were so many brilliant scenes, so much camera movement, dynamic environment, and tracking shots. They even rotoscoped a scene or 2. It was glorious. Rotoscoping is when you film live actors performing the scene and then turn it into animation form. As you can imagine, it takes a lot of time and resources to do this, and in all likelihood, some poor overworked sods had to lose a few nights sleep to do this. I tried my hand at rotoscoping to varying degrees of success. I don't know what the f that was either. By the time Mappa got around to the fight scenes in Marley in episode 6, someone must have realized that this shit was due tomorrow, and they started getting a little desperate. I can't be the only one who thinks these panels lost a lot of emotion due to being rushed as fuck. Someone at Mappa was also really into the Ashes on the Fire song, cause they kept spamming that shit every couple of episodes for no reason. The 2D animated Titan shifters of Studio Wit had so much life and energy to them, unlike Studio Mappa's CGI ones, which felt somewhat rigid and lifeless. I don't know, they just didn't hit the same chord like the ones of old. Let me be clear, I am in no way, shape or form putting this on Mappa's shoulders. They tried their best under ridiculous deadlines and still produced a quality product. Get some sleep, my friend. It's probably some executive up the ladder who passed down the new deadline decisions, and the Mappa staff had to finish things in little time, unlike the generous timeline of release for Studio Wit. Attack on Titan under Studio Wit felt almost like a passion project. Under Mappa, it felt like a corporate business, and when you lose the passion element in your job, it becomes merely a chore that you want to finish as soon as you can, and it will never be as good as it might be. Rant over. Lastly, I wanna thank you all for the love and support that you have given me. We wouldn't have come so far on this journey if it weren't for you guys. This channel will start making videos about other things. It will not be focused on a single series like it has been up until now. Next up is a video about House of the Dragon, but we will cover all sorts of media like film, TV series and anime. They have a bit of drama going on over there with George and the showrunners, which is, for the purposes of this channel, is some serious gourmet shit. Comment below what series you would like me to do animations for in the future. Also, this channel will be an animations oriented channel, so if you wanna relive the dark history of my old videos, last chance cause I'll be privating them in a week or so. Thank you Isayama for creating this amazing story that literally changed lives, mine for a start. I may have been a bit harsh in my criticism, but that's tough love, my man, and you sorta can't blame people for being a little angry when you make this enormity. JK, we still love you, brother. I'm looking forward to all the new stuff we'll be making together on this channel. It's finally over, and this is me signing off and finally letting go of this series. So long Eren, so long Raina, so long Zeke, so long Erwin, and finally so long Attack on Titan.